this past weekend had Stage Control, which was a lot of great players. We had Danny and Dwight Delirious from Tennessee, we had Jahzzo, Scatt, and Sonido from Georgia, and we had the long-awaited set between me and Xerzal. A lot of great sets happened. The tournament was a bit on the smaller side for an Alabama regional, not actually a regional in general. We only had around 60, 70 players, but it still had a lot of intense matches. Personally, I had a lot of fun at the event. I do think the section in between top 32, having that break was kind of unnecessary. A lot of people only play one set. Some people didn't even play any sets, and then we had like a 40-minute break. But overall, I think it was ran well. The venue was awesome. I think the projectors were cool. You know, everything was ran like on time, and it actually made a lot more sense to have I honestly love that regionals are starting at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock when it comes to singles. I just hate getting back so late, and I'm glad that happened. Nocturne, you did a fantastic job. Team Charge Shot honestly was there. Everyone who was there running the event, honestly, thank you for having the event at all. I will always appreciate the fact that Nocturne is putting so much work in for the Alabama scene when it comes to regionals, and I hope to see more from him. But yeah, let's go on to what my singles bracket was, and let's see. So the footage you're going to be seeing here is from an 8-player Smash money match we had at the event, just in between the break between pools and top 32. Just because the first people I got to play, I didn't actually get to play on stream. So yeah, but I'm gonna be talking about it. I first had a DQ round 1. I don't remember what the tag was, but yeah, you DQ'd, so it's whatever. Then I had to play Dinnermancer. Dinnermancer went Sora and Hero. I just feel like I played against Hero so much, and I understand the matchup pretty well with Mario. I felt like there was just a couple things that he could do a lot better, but it was a pretty clean 2-0. When it comes to pressure, I feel like Hero just struggles a little bit against Mario. Obviously, Hero still has a good range, and Fireball, while really good, can be abused to get hit through, and Ledge and Edge Guarding can be really strong with Hero, but I just felt really confident, so it was an easy 2-0. Same thing with my set in top 32 against ZB Fusion. That wasn't on stream, so I don't have any footage of it. ZB Fusion plays Ridley, or he played Ridley against me. Game 1 was a lot closer. I think I was doing approaching fireballs a bit too much, and Ridley was just really good at stuffing out Mario. He almost did get me with the side B off stage, but I was lucky enough to up B towards the up B, so I was able to survive. It was a really close game 1. Game 2, I just decided to be more patient, threw more fireballs as a bait instead of as an approach, wait for the Ridley throw and combo off of it. And it was a pretty neat 3-stock. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself from the adjustments there. I could start to feel, I guess I didn't say, but I didn't have any sleep because I worked the day before. So I was just running on 0 sleep, and just a lot of adjustments had to be made the entire tournament. But I was glad I was adjusting there. I was starting to feel it in the middle of that set, but I'm glad I clutched it out. Alright, and my top 8 qualifier to get into top 8 was versus Sam. Sam, or you otherwise known as Demento, is a really, really good Pirate Mithra. They beat Scatt to get to me for this winners quarterfinals match. They have had some really close sets against me. The last 2 I had against them were 3-2s. They're just really good at locking down my landing habits. Their advantage state, they're really strong at positioning themselves well, good baits. The ledge trapping is really, really solid too. And it feels like in neutral, I feel like more pressured to press the button first against Pirate Mithra. I try to make the adjustment here so that I was, you know, whenever I pressed the button, I was so much closer, way harder to make the reaction to. I'm starting to notice that I like big stages against them a lot more than small stages. I tend to not go Town and City because Pirate Mithra is always like, Town and City is really good for Mithra, but I feel more suffocated on small battlefield and Smashville. So I end up going to Kalos, FD, and Town and City, which I'm not sure how most Marios would think about that, but I just find it to be way, way easier. So game 1, honestly, really, really close. I had to make a really tough read to actually make the game any closer. But yeah, it was really intense, and then I got the reverse down smash. Very proud of that. I think down smash would have killed anyway, but I've been working on that to just get the tech punish. But pretty proud of that. Game 2, Game 2, we go back to Town and City. So a lot of the same thing, you know, just getting used to how big the stages is. Neutral's less suffocating, so I'm able to make more reads, make more lockdowns, especially when it comes to them coming back to stage. I always like to push the fireball off ledges on the platform, making them not be able to go to the platform comfortably is a very great thing, but they still play very well. We're still very close. And then Game 3, they pulled a Dark Pit out, I guess just to try something a little bit different. While it wasn't easy, I think it's just an easier matchup than Pyramethod, to be truly honest. I mean, Pit is like still really does really well against Mario, but I feel like Mario just edges out when it comes to definitely damage. And Neutral, while it can be really annoying to deal with Nair, you still have openings, you still have anti-airs, and them getting down pretty much only involves the down B. Nothing really too threatening, nothing really that big or exploding, so I was very confident, and I ended up winning 3-0 against someone who I really do admire. They have been practicing and improved so much. Every time I fight them in bracket, I'm definitely going to be terrified, because I feel like they are just 1 or 2 few adjustments from beating me in a set. In top 8 in winter semis was me versus Jahzzo. Jahzzo, one of the best, if not the best Kens in the world, and considered usually second to Vendetta. He is a fantastic Ken, has lots of good wins, really strong. He was the first seed of this tournament because obviously he was like a top Ken player is going to be the first seed of Alabama Regional. Going into it, this is historically one of my least favorite types of characters. And it's mostly due to confusion. I don't know a lot about fighting game characters. I don't get to play the match very often. Mario's kind of stubby, so you have to play a ground, like you have to play a patient neutral. You can't just run at them and press buttons, or so I thought. But then I started realizing throughout the whole set that while Mario has stubby limbs and they have great anti-airs, Mario can still approach and hit their shield very well. Jahzzo is honestly like famously known for how great he is at parrying, and he definitely used it this set. Game 1, I was getting really fucked up. Like all the stuff I was thinking I knew I could try just wasn't working. No F smashes were landing, no forward smashes were landing. Honestly, I just made a lot of assumptions that were just incorrect about how Ken deals with Mario stuff. Throwing a bit too many fireballs, jump fireball especially, I got hit for a bit too much. I just trying to relearn what does Ken do, what combos are true, what combos aren't true. How does he play at ledge? I feel like playing at ledge was a big deal too, because honestly, Ken and Ryu's shield, like ledge pressure is scary. They kill so strong at all positions. But I started to get more adjustments throughout the whole set. Game 1 just wasn't my game. Game 2, I started to realize, okay, maybe my shield pressure will actually matter a little bit more. Maybe I'll just try to use more of Mario's moves. Maybe I'll just run up grab instead of just trying to land right on top of him all the time. And it was working really well, but he still took it out. He still closed it out. He still was able to anti-air me very well. So it was a bit of adjustments. But honestly, this was a game I was starting to feel like, okay, I feel like I'm getting what Ken can do. I understand the limits of the character. It's just, what can Mario do about it? In 3, I felt like I knew exactly what Mario could do. Juggle really hard, shield pressure really hard, and get out of shield with up B. I guess I was starting to remember, okay, the moves that I'm very terrified, Mario can just up B them. I don't need to get a grab every time I'm in a bad position. I just need to make sure I don't get hit, and I make it as hard to approach me as possible. So I felt like those adjustments led to me honestly taking the game. Juggling him really hard, getting my combos on point, just not running into as many things, not getting hit by as much stuff, and going for up B out of shield. I just realized, okay, yeah, Mario, you might be able to anti-air Mario up B, but you're not gonna go for it. Like, no one's gonna go for up B punishes every single time you hit Mario's shield, because Mario's shield pressure is very good. -2 on shield back air, you're not gonna go hard to read that every single time, especially a low percent, because if you're wrong, or if I just dash back, you're just going to make the assumption, or you're just going to put yourself in a really bad spot for no reason. And I just started realizing I could play a lot more comfortable, don't need to be so scared, and I took this game pretty solidly. Game 2, I went on, well, we got Game 2. Game 4, we went on Town and City. I think I banned specifically, what did I ban? I think I banned FD in Smashville. I didn't want to go into small spaces of Smashville, but I still wanted my combos to be devastating, so I didn't go to FD. This was a weird... Honestly, I think this worked out a lot better than I expected. I expected Uppy not to kill us early, of course, but Mario combos are still disastrous. It was actually pretty easy to juggle Ken in this position. A lot of the time, Ken is weirdly, the only things he really can do are just focus or air dodge, because down air is just not big enough, and his airspeed is not crazy enough to just throw out aerials, and Mario's up air goes through all those aerials, from the bottom anyway. I'm just starting to realize that, and I got a lot of great damage all the time. Just kept my juggles up, positioned myself well, and I think that's what just led to me taking this game as well. I started getting a lot more comfortable being confident in Mario's buttons. I don't know why I was so scared of pressing buttons against him and thinking he was just going to anti-air me the whole time, but he just couldn't. Going into game 5, I believe we had a rule discrepancy where we were trying to decide, okay, is it modified DSR? The way that they work specifically at this tournament is you can't go back to the last stage you won on that you chose as a counter pick. So because he chose PS2 as his starter, because I always let the other person ban first, since I suck at rock, paper, scissors, he couldn't go back to PS2, so he went to town, and everything that worked on town, everything that worked in Kalos, everything that worked on town worked so good on Kalos. You have no platforms to escape. It was easy to combo him. It was easy to juggle him, and I was just really, really prepared, and I was super, super proud to say that I won this set. I think this set is the biggest, not the biggest improvement, but it showed me, because my goal was to go into this tournament like I'm going to play only Mario. I am a Mario player. I don't need a counter pick. I don't need to use my Diddy Kong. I don't need to use my Roy. I just need to play the game with Mario and make those adaptations. And I felt like this was the tournament that made me realize I can do it with Mario. I don't need to use secondaries just because I don't like a matchup or I feel annoyed. I need to use them more strategically, and this isn't the reason. I might use solo Mario from now on just because of this kind of realization. I know my other characters are good and people are a fan of seeing them, but I'm just realizing when it comes to me and my road to being the best Mario, I have to learn the game with Mario. There's some situations I could play better all the time, but honestly, I think Mario's just the pick for me. And for the highly anticipated match pretty much of this year in Alabama is me versus Xerzal. Xerzal honestly has had a lot of fantastic runs at regionals, beating Cola, beating Goblin, beating Jake, beating Sonido. They've been honestly on a tear lately. It's been an argument, is who is better, me or Xerzal? Honestly, I have not had the wins that Xerzal has, but everyone wanted to see this set. We've never played, we've never been in the same tournament, so we just wanted to see how it goes. Me, I'm very confident against Min Min. I've beaten a lot of good Min Mins, and I feel like Mario does well against Min Min, so going into it, I was pretty confident. Game 1, it was a bit of a struggle because I felt like my controller wasn't working well. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I thought my shield button was being sticky or something, so I just reset my controller, got a little bit used to it, but that didn't happen until after I lost this game, and it was a pretty bad game on my part. I just couldn't get in very well. I felt like a lot of the time I was pressing air dodge, but it just came out way too late. My timings were really off, but overall I knew that, okay, if it was my controller, I can just adjust and make these comebacks, make these a few adjustments, and then I can win. Game 2, we went back to PS2 because I just reset my controller. I felt like it wasn't that I really felt like it wasn't anything that the game that was happening. It was just I needed to adjust myself a bit. My combo's starting to work a lot better. I feel like a lot of the reason I do well against Min Min is it's so stressful not trying to grab when people are just running at you pressing buttons like Mario will be, and I use that ideal to make adjustments against Xerzal, because Xerzal is really, really good at getting people to shield all the time than grabbing them to just keep the pressure up. And I'm just like, okay, as long as I keep moving, this grab's slow, this grab's laggy, and I can probably punish it with Mario. And I was just correct. I feel like Min Min's like one of the super easiest to hit as a Mario, not to get in on, but when you hit them hard, and it's like you just do so much damage to them. Same thing with the ledge trapping. I feel like the only Min Min thing they can actually do that is a threat is drop off, jump back, throw arm. But that's never going to really kill you unless you're at extremely high percent. So whenever I get them to that ledge trapping situation, I'm just so confident. It still was pretty close. Xerzal still has really good conditioning when it comes to arms, like they're pretty much baiting all the time. And a lot of people just don't know what's a bait and what's just them trying to throw something out. But I have a pretty good inclination on what they're doing. I could really tell. So, you know, I'm very surprised that F Smash didn't kill, by the way. I think everyone was, because I made that hard read. But I was able to take game 2 pretty solidly, and moving on to game 3. Game 3 went to small battlefield, pretty much because I banned Smashville, because I'm not going to take Min Min to Smashville. Arms are just way too broken there. And I think I banned FD, yeah, because I just wanted combos. So they took me to small battlefield so they can still get places to land, and they can still do the trapping thing really well. Small enough to actually still imitate Smashville, but not quite. This one I made a point to throw fireballs and air dodge right and right as they throw arms, because I could tell they were throwing so many smash attack arms that became openings for me. Smash attack arms and grab, I feel like, were the big reason why I could punish Xerzal really hard. A few misinputs later and I'm just in the lead as Mario, and when I'm in the lead as Mario against Min Min, I just feel so confident. Because you're not going to out damage me, you're not going to out combo me. I'm going to do way more combos than you will, and now you have to kill me. And when Min Min has to kill me, it's super obvious what arms they're going to go for. They're going to use Megawatt, which is slow. They're going to use Ram, which is fast. They're going to go for smash attacks because it's going to be there, but those are the laggy ones. And I just made those adjustments and won game 2 pretty well as well. Actually, did I say game 2? I mean game 3. I won game 3. Game 4, moving on to game 4, I don't know, it was more the same. Just get the juggles in. I feel like it was just really close throughout the entire set. Honestly, I always have like a gigantic respect for Xerzal, and I feel like the next sets we're gonna have are gonna be super intense. But I really wanted to get this win here, not only to say that even though Xerzal has the wins, that I can keep up, I can fight for the #1 spot, and this won't be easy. And I think everyone did see that this weekend, and I'm very proud of that. So I just wanted to point out some amazing sets that I did see that I can't wait for them to be uploaded because they were just so good. Honestly, Danny put on a turn. Like, Danny beating Sonido 3-0 was a big upset. I don't think anyone expected the 3-0. I expected Danny to do very well. I think Wolf does fine against Sonic, but the 3-0 Sonido is a big deal. Danny putting out a tear. I'm very proud of him. Yeah, he played very, very well. Got 4th, losing to Jahzzo and Xerzal. I know he'll come back stronger. He's really, really good. But, you know, for now, 4th place is really, really solid. Voltion's 5th place is honestly one of the craziest runs I've seen him ever do. I just gotta go point out how many people he beat. He beat Raven. He beat Juan. He beat Why Delirious, who's number 2 he's number 2 in Tennessee, and everyone's just been struggling really hard in Alabama against him. He beat Mirage, who's been on a tear lately. I'm gonna put out Mirage, also a very, very great player. Just he's hailing from the Shoals in Alabama. A really good Sephiroth who also made top 8. He beat so many people with Pichu. His combos were honestly like some of the best I've seen Voltion's combos be. I think he has this whole thing where since he practices with a lot of good players against Pichu, he's been struggling on knowing what moves to use, what moves are a good idea, what combos to go for. But this weekend, he showed everybody that Pichu can be terrifying. And if he hit that combo against Danny, and anyone who watched knows what I'm talking about, that would have been the cleanest Pichu combo ever. In fact, let me find it. Now, I would go over the entirety of Grand Finals, but I just wanted to go over a few key points of what I think I could have done better, but also what I think is just what led to me even just almost winning the tournament. Now this was a 3-2 Jahzzo's favorite in winners, and the first set of grands, and then a 3-0 in the second set. 3-0, I honestly feel like I just lost a lot of steam. It was just, I got really tired. He is a new adjustments he made. He got the appropriate coaching to know what to do. And truly, I feel like next time I fight Jahzzo, which I hope there will be next time, I just know that this is respect of neutral. This is understanding how neutral works. Even though we both combo characters, we both do devastating damage. This was determined by Jahzzo having the better neutral than me. He had a better understanding of my timings. He parried pretty much all of my approaches, or a ton of my approaches. He understood how to mix up, and his patience was just really solid. I think if I want to get to the level that he is currently at, if I want to get to a top player kind of level, I will have to make that adjustment with Mario. And I think these kind of sets are important for me as a player to learn and grow. But thank you so much for watching and supporting me. Honestly, I'm super glad that so many people were excited to watch me play at stage control. I can't wait to go to more regionals. I can't wait to play more amazing players. But for now, I will take the second place. I am very proud of my win, and I will see you guys later.